Hello everyone, this is a video on what I hope or plan to use as my planning slash journaling system in 2026 and an idea of what I am taking in with me into 2026 and what I'm leaving behind. So let's just get into it. I know it looks like a lot of notebooks, but let's just talk about it, okay? Let's start off with the 2026 daily journal. So this is the Moleskin daily calendar. I got it in lavender, I believe, and it's really pretty. It's really basic. It has this like pretty yellowish, beigeish paper, and the hourly, which I do not intend to use, it even has like weather and temperature and moon thingy phases, moon phases, and the week number. And it's just really basic. I want to get back into daily journaling. Oh my god, I just opened to my birthday. I want to get back into daily journaling, and I find that when I have a notebook that looks like this, I just don't use it. I like fall out of place with it, and I'm just I need a little bit of structure. And the little bit of structure that I need would be one full daily page. And that gives me a amount to commit to journaling just for that day and lines to like try to fill up, but I'm not super strict with myself. I never tell myself like I have to fill out this whole page. I would absolutely love to, but sometimes there are days where I woke up, I went to work, I came home, I had dinner. Like it's really not that deep. And this year, what I want to approach with journaling a little differently is involve um, drawings, and I haven't tried if the moleskin paper can withstand gouache paint. I will try it. I have tried several markers and stuff to use it in. These markers didn't work, but I did get these markers here, the Mr. Pen Bible markers. I think this is for like just like really thin Bible paper, um, and it doesn't bleed, and it's actually really great. And just very basic colors. I don't really need the whole rainbow and then some. I just need a little bit to get my idea across, and I feel like these will do enough. Um, and yeah, I think having a little bit of structure on like what to use per day is enough for me. And then I also plan on using journal prompts if I can't get myself to journal daily. There is a YouTuber on, I forgot her handle, but she has very short videos where she takes you journaling with her, and she draws in her journal and she gives you a prompt. And honestly, I love her videos. I don't know why I can't think of her handle, but I want to journal like that on days where I have nothing brilliant to say about my day, just giving myself prompts to reflect on maybe not my day, but just life in general. So really look forward to using this. The only thing is, it's been years since I've used Moleskin. I just forgot like what the paper quality is, and the fact that I had to get new markers is kind of annoying, and like I have to use specific pens is kind of annoying, but I'll live. Like it's not that big of a deal. Um, Again, I don't need all the colors under the sun. This is honestly more than enough. So that's my plan for daily journaling. As far as other journaling, I have this knockoff um, traveler's journal, or I think it's called like strings journaling. I've been seeing it a lot, like Louis Carmen notebooks and travelers notebooks. I've always thought that they have been really pretty, especially back when bullet journaling came out and planning videos really came out. And I was a diehard bullet journaler, but I found in my adulthood since college and not having a schedule that I needed to really adhere to, that I didn't need a daily planner. And I'll talk to the end of at the end of the video what my daily planning needs look like and why it's not on a planner. But this is my traveler's notebook, and it's not fancy. I think I got this on Amazon, and I liked it because of the color and the little pocket. And it has multiple strings, so I do intend to add more notebooks in it as I need. But these are the 3 notebooks I'm starting with because these are things I need a place for that don't belong here yet, or don't fall into a daily reflection. Because sometimes I'll have a musing in my brain, or I'll come across a poem and it'll just get me thinking, or I'll find myself going on a mental tangent where one page for the day just isn't enough, and I want a place to like mull it over. So that's what my musings notebook is. And then I have my intentional consumption notebook, which is essentially going to be a media journal. I've gotten so much content on media journals, and when I made this notebook, I thought I was doing something, and then it turns out like media journaling is something that like so many people do. So that's news to me, but I really thought I was cooking with this, but that's essentially what it's going to be. I have the tendency to I read, but I don't read like a lot of uh, booktubers do. I don't read so much that I expect to fill this up in like the first half of the year. Honestly, this is probably gonna take me a full year. But I wanted a place where I could put the books, the few books that I do read per year, the novellas that I like to read. I get the Nat Geo every month. So I may not read a book every month, but I do read the Nat Geo physical magazine every month. And I try doing that in this notebook. This notebook last year was like a musings and a media journal, but I kind of want to keep them separate because it's just kind of funny. Like, see if there's anything private in here that I don't want to. Um, like here, like I had a whole thing about forgiveness and blah 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 blah. But like 2 pages later, I have like my Nat Geo, and then there was a really good YouTube video that I enjoyed, and I took notes on it. And it's just kind of all over the place. And I know like bullet journals have that to some extent, because that's how, my history has always been a bullet journal. But I think now moving into 2026, I kind of want something separate, in a place so I can reflect on it. So I plan on moving these cutouts from last year into oh, so cute. Maybe not this one, but this one especially into my media consumption journal, because let me tell you, the writing that's in the Nat Geo is so beautiful. And this is by Michael Finkel. Anything he writes, honestly, I read it and I'm like, this is amazing. And I look at the author, it's always him. But I just want a place so I can just gawk about it, because I don't have anybody that is as big of a nerd as I can. So I don't have anywhere where I can just be like, I love this writing because, or this article really inspired me, or this article really made me feel X, Y, and Z. I don't have that in person, so I would love to have a place to put myself here. I also plan on, I don't, not that I don't watch TV, but I'm not a binger. So I'm hoping that not only am I not a binger, I just never finish any show ever. So I think this will kind of keep me aware of like what I've started and what I've liked. And when people ask you like what's your favorite book or what you're reading this year, what are you watching right now? And honestly, I feel like if you put a gun to my head and ask me what I'm watching right now, I wouldn't be able to tell you, because it's just in my head and then out of my head, which I don't want anymore. I want mindful, intentional consumption of media. So that includes my magazines, the books I read, the shows I watch, the movies I watch, um, literally anything. And sometimes I watch a lot of like video essays on YouTube that I really enjoy, and then I'm like, wow, that was so insightful, and I never think about them again. That's so shit. Come on, guys. Like, I'm too old to not be a bit more intentional about what I'm consuming. Um, but yeah. And then this one is my habit tracking. The only issue with this notebook is that it's lined and it's not gridded, which is kind of annoying. I did order a pack of grid paper, so I might change it. But as of right now, this is a habit tracking, and I probably will start this in December rather than wait until January to start using it, just so I can get into the habit of coming in contact with this notebook. And also, this isn't specific to 2026. This could, like, this could be, like I said, this might take me, who knows, a year, 2 years to fully complete and fully engage with. And then maybe I'll go through my musings notebook like super quickly because I just be thinking too much. So who knows? So yeah, this is that notebook. With the other notebooks that I can add to this, I don't know what I will be adding to it, but I like having the option. I like that there's multiple strings here that I can use too. I think that's what it's used for. That's what I assume, right? So someone tell me if I'm wrong. The next thing that I want to talk about is how I plan my money. So this is the one that I'll be using for 2026, and it's the smaller version of this big guy. And I have started using this in March of 2025, and as you can see, I used it all the way. This is actually December. Did not use it for the first 2 months, and let me tell you guys, this has changed my life. I bought the big one because I wanted like it to be a moment and something like huge and intentional, and for me to like be fully engaged with at all times. Like you can't pretend you don't have this number. It's like massive. But now that I've built up the habit of weekly budget resets and weekly budget maintenance, I think it's time I can go smaller, and like more travel friendly. I do plan on doing a whole video related to this, and like you guys can see what the setup looks like. This is the month of December, and it comes with stickers. I've already migrated the stickers to the new one. And then I bought extra ones because I think they're fun. But honestly, I don't really use them very much. And then this is the monthly overview where all of these sections are so related to me. I've tried to use multiple different budget planners, spreadsheets, printouts, apps, and nothing has kept me as consistent and as engaged with my money maintenance and my personal finance than this notebook. I'll do a separate video on it. I just wanted to talk about it because it's really important to me, and it's like one of the things I do that worked really, really well in 2025, and I plan to use every single month in 2026. So honestly, the notebook that I showed earlier with the this notebook that I showed earlier, I think I got it from Marshall's, will probably more likely be what my daily planner will be when I need to use paper. More often than not, I do use my phone, and I'll insert a little screenshot of what one of my pages look like, and you'll see that I have a widget of things to buy, a widget for my notes, a larger widget for my calendar, so I see all the events coming up, and a widget for my to-do list. And honestly, that's more than enough for me. I keep that on rotation. There are days where I need pencil and paper to write out like my chores for the day, but I don't ever need a daily planner. Whatever's in here, which isn't much, I think I've used this much of it, which is such a shame, will probably be transferred to one of the notebooks in here if I think it's still relevant to what I want to carry over into 2026. I am trying to be more mindful about my consumption, as you can tell, and that includes not wasting paper and not wasting notebooks. And of course, I would love a new notebook. Everybody loves a new notebook, but this notebook is still good and I still plan on using it. And then in the event I don't want to write anything in this notebook, I can keep it until I'm ready to use it. I'm ready to replace my bullet journal that exists in at my job. But for the most part, I have to-dos that live on this list. This is the list that lives on my fridge, and honestly, I write down my chores as I need to do them during the week on the fridge. And do this, do that. This needs to be done. Order this, and then by the time Saturday or Sunday rolls around, I'm basically done. So yeah, that's it. And then I've also included the pens that I use really regularly. So this is the Sharpie gel S-gel pens. They're great, but they don't work great on certain paper. So I got the Chinko. These are like Muji knockoffs, which are honestly pretty good. It's 0.35. I really like it so far. They are a bit inky. I don't know if you guys can see that. They are a bit inky. So drawing things out like a habit tracker, which I had attempted to do with this, it was just smudging and smearing everywhere. And then this is my favorite ballpoint pen. This is from the Dollar Tree, and it's like $1.25, and they honestly write beautifully. It works for me. But let me tell you, the bullet journaling worked for me for a really, really long time until I reached this point in my career and my adulthood where having it all in one just really wasn't beneficial for me, and I really wanted a place to store things categorically and not flip constantly. So yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please join me for the next one where I take you guys through a tour of my budget planner that worked for 2025 and how I'm bringing